It's time to fire this thing up.
Welcome aboard ShipShape TV Essentials. This is your port of call for the most impactful upgrades, expert advice, and hands-on solutions from seasons past. This episode is proudly brought to you by SureHold, because anything worth doing is worth doing bright. From cleaning to protecting and perfecting, SureHold has everything you need to keep your boat shining. Don't just go boating, go showboating. Now, let's hoist anchor and set a course for another exciting episode of ShipShape TV Essentials.
If boating's your game, then you'll agree. ShipShape is the way to be. Out on the lake or on the sea, ShipShape means trouble-free. ShipShape means being neater. ShipShape makes boat work easier. ShipShape is the way to go. The ShipShape Boat Care Show.
ShipShape, America's favorite boat improvement show, is being brought to you in part by 94.3 The Beach, your station for rock and roll oldies, and by Atlantic Boat Lifts, servicing South Florida for over 27 years, and by J&T Yacht Sales, your main ship headquarters, and by Stella Marine in Palm Beach Gardens and Stuart.
Thanks so much for tuning in to ShipShape, the Boat Improvement Show. I'm John Greviskis, and this is my partner, Burt Dell.
Howdy, folks.
We're again on location today in Stuart, Florida, at Armstrong Nautical Products. If you didn't catch last week's show, we started the process of putting an engine bracket on the back of our 25-foot Whitewater. While out at Armstrong, we went through the process they go through in building the bracket.
We also lifted up the aft deck of our boat to inspect the transom and see any other changes we want to do to the boat.
While inside the bilge, we decided that the oil reservoirs would be better suited underneath the center console, and we put some insulated fish boxes in their place.
We're also going to be putting in a larger live well.
That pretty much brings us up to today, where Burt and I are going to be de-rigging the boat.
And as always here at ShipShape, if there's a project you'd like to see covered, drop us a line or send us a fax.
Write down your inquiries and send them to ShipShape TV, P.O. Box 31561, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, 33420. Or fax us your suggestions at area code 561-626-4348.
And if we use your suggestion on the show, you'll receive a free t-shirt. But right now we need to hear a word from our sponsors, so stick around.
Stay tuned. ShipShape's heading right back at you.
Hi, I'm John Greviskis with ShipShape TV. Look at this guy and all the products he needs to maintain his boat. I guarantee you he'll be tripping over that stuff all day long. Forget that nonsense. Use what I use, the SureHold family of products, the one handle that does it all. Any one of these quality-built SureHold attachments easily locks right into place, and here's the best part. They're the best quality items money can buy. You have my word on it. Whether it's for your car, truck, RV, or boat, keep it ship-shape with SureHold products.
Welcome back. What we want to accomplish today is the removal of these engines to open up the back of the transom. We need to get it nice and clean so Tom here at Armstrong can make a template. We've got some unique curvature going on here. We've got a difference of about 5 degrees on each side of our transom.
We're also going to start preparations for when we re-rig our boat and reroute our lines, but we'll get into that a little bit later on.
Burt, what's the process we're going to go through to remove these engines?
Well, the first thing we need to do is make sure we have a place to set our engines. What we have here is a couple of stands. We're going to bolt our engines to these stands throughout the entire installation of our bracket.
You really don't want to lay your engine on the ground because you might scratch your engine cowling.
Let's start our de-rigging process by shutting off the power supply to each engine. This way, when we disconnect the battery leads, we won't get a spark. Now that we've disconnected our power supply to our engines, let's go ahead and pop these engine cowlings off. We'll get right into de-rigging our boat.
Let me get this out of your
Got
way
it,
here,
John?
Burt.
Okay. There you go. Thanks.
All right, got him.
All right. disconnect our fuel supply, both of our motors. What I'm going to do first is I think I'll disconnect our throttle and control linkages. Get them out of the way.
That's pretty simple.
Oh yeah. To make it, you know, snap in and out fairly easy. Use a lot of spring tension and clips. So you can just pop them out. That way it's easy to adjust if you have to do any adjustments on your throttle linkage. Okay. All right, we've got throttle and control linkage on one engine disconnect. Let's go ahead and do the other one. Go ahead and disconnect this side. Okay, that's that one. This one's a lot tighter than the other one. Let me go ahead and back that off. Here again, you want to have some rags handy because you're going to get greasy. All right, I'm going to separate our wire loom here. So when we pull our power leads out, be able to separate them from the harness. Get these screws back down. Go ahead and do both of them.
That's one thing with twin engines. You get to do everything twice.
Yeah, you do. They say, you know, twin engines, twice the headache.
Or twice the fun.
Go ahead and back off our positive lead here. Nope, I dropped my washer. There it is. Go ahead and just keep my nut stored back on the terminal.
That way you won't lose anything down
True.
the road.
You're not supposed to lose anything, we'll say that, all right? Okay, power supply is disconnected for one engine. Go ahead and lay our cables back. We went ahead and drained the oil out of the tank just for precautionary measures. Now we're ready to disconnect the oil line itself, the air line for the oil tank so it can breathe. Go ahead and disconnect all our wires here. And your wires are color-coded on most of your engines, or I would say all your engines. So you just unplug them. Unplug your main wiring harness. Now all we have left to do is disconnect the steering, and we're ready to unbolt this motor.
Now we're going to repeat the process on the other engine.
John, I'm going to go ahead and start backing off these wires on this side. You want to drain the oil out of this tank?
Sure.
Get these wires backed off on this one. Just tell me if you need any anything to get that hose off your
Well,
John.
let me see a screwdriver.
Okay. There you go.
Thanks.
You get it?
Yep.
Let me hold that screwdriver when you're done with it.
There you go. Take it.
Okay, I'll disconnect the oil line from this side and our air line. Get a sniff on these tie wraps. There we go. The oil draining out?
Yeah, she's coming.
Don't drift off. ShipShape will be right back.
Why wax when you can pro polish? This premium protective wax from SureHold can be used on virtually any non-porous surface, such as cars, boats, RVs, home equipment, and more. Pro Polish is scientifically formulated to repel water, provide a deep, high gloss shine, and protect surfaces from the effects of UV rays, salt water, and other harsh environmental elements. Unlike traditional waxes, Pro Polish contains no talc or fillers, which means easy wipe on, wipe off performance that doesn't clog up microfiber towels. Enjoy a new way to protect with SureHold's Pro Polish. SureHold, clean and simple.
You know, a lot of businesses have been around for a long time, but they haven't quite made it until they advertise on TV. TV gives a business credibility, respect, and a largeness that no amount of square footage can match. You know, there are lots of reasons to advertise on TV, from selling more products to giving your employees a boost in self-esteem. TV is the way to go. And the way to reach the boating community on TV is by advertising on ShipShape TV. This show reaches millions and millions of homes right here in Florida. Call area code 407-626-1439 now, and we'll show you just how affordable TV can really be. Give us a call today.
Now it's time to take off the engine.
Kind of backed out the last bolt on the front of this steering here. Let our cylinders hang down like that. Come out here and see if we can't get the horns off the engine. Hopefully the salt hasn't got to the aluminum too bad. We'll be able to back them right off. Oh, that broke loose easy. Okay. Let's hope this other one comes off just as easy. All right.
Piece of cake there.
Yeah. We've got the steering off the front of our motor. I've got our lifting point bolted to our flywheel. We're ready to unbolt our engine now. All right.
Okay.
I'll walk her back with you. Hold it. Take it up a little bit, Tom. Hold it. Down about just a smidge. Hold it right there. Now we're going to repeat the same process on the right-hand engine. All right, Tom.
Well, now that our engines are off, we're going to go ahead and clean up the back of this transom so Tom can go ahead and make himself a template for our bracket. Bert's on the inside rerouting all of our lines, getting it ready to re-rig. So we're going to go ahead and take off these trim tabs, the transducer, as well as this dive platform. Then we'll be all set to get into the re-rigging of this boat.
Chapman's Corner is brought to you by Chapman School of Seamanship.
Today on Chapman's Corner, we want to talk to you about basic first aid equipment. Depending on the type of cruising that you plan on doing, whether you're a recreational boater or an offshore boater, this will be a major factor in purchasing a first aid kit. This particular first aid kit is a small first aid kit. It's got very simple Band-Aids and creams, things that'll help somebody that's close to shore. On the other hand, if I'm planning on cruising to the Bahamas or offshore and I don't have immediate assistance close at hand, I need to consider buying a much more sophisticated first aid kit. In this particular package here, if I have an emergency, I can go to my medical book. It tells me what pack to pull. In this case, I've got a burn victim. I pull pack number 5, and now I have all the proper medical supplies to assist that burn victim. From Chapman School of Seamanship, this is Tom Dombey.
Today we're going to talk about one of the hottest boats on the water. We're going to look at the 29-foot Mako. And with me again today is my good friend Bob Stella of Stella Marine. Bob, thanks for taking time out.
Thank you, John.
Now, on the 29-foot Mako, Bob, we're looking at one awesome fishing machine. Let's talk about it.
Well, 29 Mako was the largest boat they were making. Now they're making a 33-foot boat. But it's a good walk-around cabin boat. You know, Mako's always been known for center consoles, and they've come up with several new models and walk-arounds, the 24, 26, and the new 293. Lots of accommodations on the boat.
Well, let's take a look at them.
As you walk down below, you'll notice it's got a nice private head. It's got a nice galley with a refrigerator, your stove, nice big V-berth that acts as a dinette during the day, and a nice bed, of course, at night. Mm-hmm. It's got a little aft cabin to it, which is not too bad.
Not at all.
No,
not at all.
Children for another couple.
Sure. Let's talk about some of the fishing amenities that come with this boat, Bob.
Well, right at your fingertips in the cockpit, it's got a large cockpit, as you can see. You've got your fish boxes, your tackle centers. The helm seats carry your rods and also some storage underneath them. Live bait wells, rod holders. It's got all the fish amenities in the cockpit. Again, you can put a fishing chair in this cockpit. It's large.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a very big boat.
Right.
Very beamy. You can act like a gentleman on this boat.
It's a 9-foot beam. You can walk around the whole boat, fish it. You can sunbathe up in front. There's a nice little seat the gal likes right in the front of the bow. You know, very comfortable boat to run. Very comfortable to dock and handle.
Power options.
Most of the people are putting in 2.25 to 250 horsepower. It's a heavy, beefy boat to perform to the ultimate.
Is the boat going to move with that kind of power?
Should go over 50 miles an hour.
Okay.
Plenty of speed.
Now you're also looking at, with the 29 foot, you're going to be able to go through some rougher seas. as well very smoothly.
It has a big chime to it, which that means is it's got a lot of freeboard. It's high out of the water, the bow.
It's a dry boat, isn't it?
It's a dry boat. It's got a custom hard top on the boat. And, you know, again, you know, Mako makes a heavy, beefy, slam them into the dock kind of boat. It'll take the abuse.
Well, Mako is the boat that the Florida Marine Patrol is using when we're filming a segment with Officer Christian.
Right.
And, you know, when you're looking at that kind of credibility behind it, you're doing something right.
They swear they can drop a boat 12 feet high and not hurt it in the factory. As long as they don't ship it to me, it's okay.
I like that. Now, Bob, you've been a Mako dealer since last March, and you didn't even have the advantage of going through a full model year, yet you became the third largest Mako dealer in the entire world. You're doing something right here. How do you do it?
Well, number one, we carry inventory. We carry selection. You know, we've got from 17 foot all the way up to the 29, and we've got some 33s on order that aren't sold, you know, that we just weren't able to get in inventory.
You also offer volume pricing.
We do. You know, we discount them down. You know, I'd like to think we could get a list price for boats today, but you can't. You know, we give a fair discount, and of course, we back it up with our service. In both facilities, you can come by water, and you can come by trailer and get your boat service. And we're not a dirt parking on the side of the road. We've got a full service facility. And, you know, to back up what we say.
Sure. Well, you know, you don't have to wait to go to the boat show to get legitimate savings and to touch and feel and experience the boats. They're all at Stella Marine. Real quick, how do people find you?
Well, we're in Stuart on Monterey Road. Our phone number is 287-1101. And we're on PGA Boulevard, Palm Beach Gardens at 624-9950.
Bob, we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
You know, there are some really exciting things happening over here at ShipShape. One of them is the fact that we're really helping our clients market their business to the boating community here in Florida. Are you looking for a better way to advertise your business? Of course you are. Go ahead and give us a call at area code 407-626-1439. Again, that's area code 407-626-1439. We'll send out one of our marketing consultants to your business and get you started on the most powerful vehicle to advertise on, television. For a price that will pleasantly surprise you, give us a call today. Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. I hope you enjoyed it.
And be sure to tune in next week when we get into laying out our fish boxes and our live well.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. See ya.
If boating's your game, then you'll agree. ShipShape is the way to be. Out on the lake or on the sea, ShipShape means trouble-free. ShipShape means being neater. ShipShape makes boat work easier. ShipShape is the